The manager of this place thought this whole operation was legal. Rob, Wendy Dodgers here, very optimistic today, along with much of the world. Now, the president would like to be in the White House for the next 4 years, but it's not necessarily where he wanted to be tonight. I mentioned to you over the last few hours, stores are boarded up, but many of them are still open for business. This has sounded so many alarms, Rob, from the president's health to the debates to what this could mean for the world and the voters.
Yeah, Vasil, as much as this was a very typical rally that you would see from the president, it was very much focused on Pennsylvania.
This young man went out of his way to buy guns, traveling from Philly out to Berks County, Schuylkill County, Lancaster County, and many more. Clearly, with their barricades and their fences put up in front of the Bureau, police tonight are ready for anything.
The president took off on Air Force One into a densely cloudy Pennsylvania sky in hopes that his late-stage campaigning here in the Keystone State will be enough to get him a second term. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Southern California. Tonight on 69 News, a deadly fire scene becomes a crime scene. Beware of black ice tonight, the threat following a pre-winter bit of winter. Dan, I saw you looking at your Red Sox through the Weather Center there.
I'm trying to multitask. Forecast and watch sports, yes.
Well, as Johnny said, hopefully it doesn't go 19 innings.
Yeah, I'm hoping
tonight
to get to bed earlier tonight.
Yeah. Stay rested, Dan. We need you. An eruption of riots in the city of Lancaster, hours after police shoot and kill a city man who charged at them with a knife. Now city leaders are pleading for calm.
Peaceful protests must prevail.
On Sunday afternoon, police received a 911 call from the sister of 27-year-old Ricardo Munoz. She said Munoz was getting aggressive with their mother and tried breaking into their home. When police arrived, Munoz was armed with a knife and charged at the officer. We won't show you the rest of the body camera footage, which shows the officer firing his weapon and Munoz dropping to the ground.
Is mental health care and where?
City leaders couldn't comment on the investigation, but they're calling on lawmakers to make major changes in mental health services, which they say the city is lacking.
Many neighbors on the street yesterday were asking about the use of force in response to calls for service that involve mental health. These are questions we are asking too, and it is why Lancaster is the only police department in the county with a social worker and an additional hire in process.
And I cannot help but wonder if Mr. Munoz got all the care he needed years ago, could we possibly be in a different place? Could his family and could that officer all be in a different place?
The mayor condemning the riots that damaged city buildings and businesses.
If we care so deeply about loving our neighbor, then let's do it.
Bam! Oh, yes! Life is a lot like taking a picture.
There it is. That's the one.
When things are uncertain or when everything goes wrong, you can always take another shot.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome.
What I do is I'm not stand up, smile, take your high school picture. That's not what I do. I connect with people.
Dynamite! Yes! Let's do a couple more.
Don Carrick is a professional photographer based in Moton. He's one of 200 photographers across the country taking 10,000 shots of people who've lost their jobs due to the pandemic.
Straight to me. You're spooking me now.
And in return, giving them a valuable gift.
Can you star that somehow?
For a business headshot, I mean, over the top happy is a little bit needy feeling. But it's that moment afterwards where they're just like that afterglow of the smile, and it's not over the top, and it's confident, it's connected. That's the magic moment.
The one-day-only event was hosted by Brookfield Properties, owners of malls like the Neshaminy Mall in Bensalem, Bucks County.
That's it. Do not move. I'm going to start shooting because I don't know what to do.
Organizers call it the largest single-day initiative of its kind.
Just like that. Nose over here.
Headshots are becoming more and more important in businesses these days. I mean, you want to be somebody who looks approachable and knowledgeable and confident, and that people would like to do work with.
All right, you can smile a little bit more than that. Yeah, that's it.
Carrick
Awesome.
empathizes with those on the other side of his lens. He himself couldn't find work for 3 months this year. He was able to take that negative and develop something beautiful.
Chin down, chin down, chin down, chin down.
I feel really honored to be part of this group.
His subjects hoping that as his shutter closes, another door opens. Jim Vasil, 69 News.
Put this funny hat on.
Sure, the hat may be funny.
So here we go.
But for many, the hair-raising soundtrack of 20,000 honeybees is where the laughing stops.
Always wear jeans, too, if you're dealing with honeybees, because you don't want any honeybees going up your shorts.
Searching for a hobby toward the beginning of the pandemic, Brandon Moyer of Kenhurst turned to an old goal of his.
What's really cool about honeybees?
Raising honeybees and harvesting their golden treasure.
I just got one, and I said, you know what, let me just try it.
In a few short months, he's bottled and sold more than 20 pounds of honey he aptly calls Uncle Bees. Soon, he says, it could buzz on over to the shelves of the Shillington Farmers Market.
That's pretty cool, I think, and having people be able to enjoy this locally produced honey right in Kenhurst. Oh, look, one's stinging me right now.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
As you can tell by now, not much scares Moyer. It might not surprise you then to learn he's the man behind the longtime Halloween attraction Kenhurst Horror Nights. He's truly an architect of fear. So a scary symphony of bees buzzing around is just another day.
Knowing the pain level, but also knowing how to handle them, eased my anxiety.
Scares aside, Moyer says a hobby has turned into an obligation.
Every 1/3 bite of food that you take is from a honeybee. They're taking care of my family and our local economy.
A hobby that's just the right balance of scary and sweet. In Kenhurst, Jim Vasil, 69 News.